Sorry about the technical difficulties we had here, but we've got a 0-0 ball game here in the bottom of the first inning. We had 3 quick outs. We had a ground out to third base, and then we had a ground out to the catcher Hartenstein, and then a pop fly to right field to end the top of the first inning. And I'm Evan Crocchio. Welcome to a doubleheader between the Auburn Doubledays and the Geneva Red Wings. Stepping up to the plate for the Doubledays is Gavin Grapuso. The pitch, that one's called strike by the home plate umpire, 0-1 count. Pitching for the Geneva Red Wings is Alex Deutsch. The 0-1 pitch on the way, and that one's called strike. Fastball down the middle, 0-2 count. As Deutsch gets ahead in the count, Deutsch comes into the game. He's got an 0-2 record. No wins, 2 losses. The pitch, and that one swung on and missed for the first strikeout of the night for Alex Deutsch, and the first out here in the bottom of the first inning. So with 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning, that'll bring up the catcher Cameron Hartenstein for the Doubledays. He got the second out of the inning in the top of the first for the Doubledays defense. The pitch, and that one's outside for ball 1. 1-0 count with 1 out. The pitch, and that one's high for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes with 1 out. The 2-0 pitch on the way, and that one's called strike by the home plate umpire. Half of a full count now to the righty Cameron Hartenstein. Lefty Cameron Hartenstein, excuse me. The 2-1 pitch. And breaking ball finds the zone for a 2-2 count. Deutsch comes set. The 2-2 pitch on the way. And that was way outside. Great stop there by the catcher, Owen Arias. We've got a full count now to the lefty Hartenstein. Three balls, 2 strikes, the full count pitch on the way, and that one does not find the zone. There's a walk for Cameron Hartenstein. And with a runner on first base and 1 out, that'll bring up number 10, Gabe Sanders, the center fielder. He's got a .375 average for the season. The 0-0 pitch, that one's just high, 1 ball. Which comes set, the 1-0 pitch on the way, and that one swung on and missed, making the count 1-1. Hartenstein off of first, the 1-1 pitch, and that one's popped out of play, first base side. Making it a 1-2 count. The 1-2 pitch on the way, and that one's popped up again, first base side out of play. Back our way, though. Deutsch getting some rosin on his glove and on the ball. Steps off for a minute, but he's now set the 1-2 pitch. And that one's high for ball 2. So this is the 6th pitch of the at-bat here to the righty Sanders. The 2-2 pitch on the way, and that one's inside. And Hartenstein going to second. The throw is not in time. Stolen base for Cameron Hartenstein. We have a full count approach here to Sanders. Deutsch comes set, giving Hartenstein a look on second. The pitch. That one's inside, almost drills Sanders. And now we have runners on first and second with one out. And that'll bring up for the Auburn Doubledays, the first baseman and the cleanup batter. He's got a .303 average on the season. A base hit here would score a run, as the Doubledays do have a runner in scoring position. Hartenstein off of second, Sanders off of first. No one keeping Sanders close on first base. Deutsch comes set, the pitch. Swung on, and that one's popped up first base side, and out of play. No chance there for the first baseman, Ryan Grace, to catch that one as it went over the fence. So Bale's going to stay alive. 0-1 count. Deutsch comes set, looking at the runners on their bases. The pitch, breaking ball, and that's fouled back our way, making it a 0-2 count. As that ball is chucked to the bat boy. So Bale's behind in the count, 0-2. Looking to stay alive here. The 0-2 pitch on the way, and that one's popped up. First base side again. Grace underneath it this time and makes the grab for the second out of the inning. So with 2 outs, that'll bring up Adam Sullivan. He's a lefty. He's playing third base tonight for the Doubledays. The pitch on the way, and there's ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes with 2 outs. As that pitch finds the zone, we've got a 1-1 count with 2 outs. Deutsch looking at the runner on second, the 1-1 pitch. And that one gets away from the catcher, Arias, and runners will advance. We've got a runner on second and a runner on third. A wild pitch. So Sullivan's still up to the plate. He's got a 2-1 count, half of a full count. He's got 2 runners in scoring position with 2 outs. A base hit here would score 2. The pitch, and that one finds the zone. Now it's a 2-2 count with 2 outs. Sullivan looking to do some damage. The 2-2 pitch on the way. And that's fouled third base side. Out of play. Deutsch comes set. The pitch on the way, and that swung on and popped up our way for the 6th pitch of the at-bat. Working on our 7th pitch of the at-bat. 2-2 count still. As Deutsch is on the mound, runners are off their bags. Deutsch comes set. The 2-2 pitch on the way, and that one's outside for ball 3. Sullivan working a lot of pitches out of Deutsch. He's on the 8th pitch of the at-bat now. The 3-2. And that one's just outside. 4-4. Now we have bases loaded with 2 outs. And that'll bring up for the Auburn Doubledays their 6th batter in their lineup, number 11, Logan Scully, the EH. Bases loaded, 2 outs, looking to do some damage, get the first runs of the game for the Doubledays. The pitch. And that breaking ball does not find the zone. The 1-0. Swung on it, and that one's drilled left field, but does not stay fair. That ball was crushed there by Logan Scully, but unfortunately could not find some green grass in fair territory. Actually went into the Doubledays bullpen. So now we're dealing with a 1-1 count. Runners are off their bags. The 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball that is wild. We've got a 2-1 count. Runners will stay put, though, as Arias makes the grab. Half a full count here to the righty Scully. The pitch on the way, and that one's high. 4-3. A walk here would score a run. 3 balls, 1 strike. Deutsch comes set. The 3-1 pitch on the way, and that one's outside, ball 4. And a run will come in for the Auburn Doubledays. It is a 1-0 ball game here in the bottom of the first inning. Bases are still loaded with 2 outs. As the catcher, Owen Arias, wants to call timeout and talk it over with his starting pitcher, Alex Deutsch. Alex Deutsch comes from Westport, Connecticut, and attends Wesleyan University. Deutsch came into this game with a 0-2 record, no wins, 2 losses, and 14.2 innings pitched. His last game he pitched was a loss versus Batavia Muck Dogs, and he has a 6.75 ERA. He's got 2 outs. He did give up a walk that scored a run. Bases are loaded, and Ryan Grundy is up for the Doubledays, and that first pitch to Grundy finds the zone. Breaking ball down the middle, 0-1 count. No balls, 1 strike. Deutsch comes set the pitch, and that one finds the zone again, 0-2 count. So far, Grundy not swinging on anything. He's waiting for his pitch, but he is down 0-2, so he has to stay alive here. The 0-2 pitch on the way, and that one's low for ball 1. We've got a 1-2 count as Grundy works himself ahead of the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the 1-2 pitch. And that one finds the zone, and Grundy goes down looking with bases loaded. He does not agree with that pitch, but that is a strikeout for Alex Deutsch, his first of the night, but not after 1 run comes in on a walk. Doubledays are up 1-0 as we make our way to the top of the second inning. We'll be back on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. We're back here in the top of the second inning, 1-0 ball game. Doubledays are up. And let's briefly meet the Auburn Doubledays defense. Playing third, Adam Sullivan. Playing shortstop, Gavin Grapuso. Playing second, Alex Sandell. Playing first base, Zach Bill. Catching, Cameron Hartenstein. Playing left field, Ryan Grundy. Playing center field, Gabe Sanders. And playing right, Skylar Mays. Bolander comes set, the 0-0 pitch. And that one's swung on and missed for strike one. To the DH, Zach Butler. He's got a .214 batting average this season, and the 0-1 pitch is outside for ball one. Got a 1-1 count here to Zach Butler, the 1-1 pitch. And that one misses the zone outside, 2-1 count. Zach Butler comes from East Mississippi, CC. Got a 2-1 count as Bolander comes set the pitch. That one's just inside, 3-1 count. Bolander looks sharp in the first inning, making batters ground out and fly out. He's dealing with a 3-1 count. The pitch, and that one finds the zone for a full count approach for Bolander. Bolander taking his signs from Hartenstein. The 3-2 pitch on the way, and that one just misses the zone. We've got a walk here in the top of the second inning. So with a runner on first base, that'll bring up for the Red Wings, Isaac Vanderwood. He's their shortstop. He's got a runner on first base and no outs. Bolander comes set. The pitch on the way, and that one's called strike outside corner of the plate. Night is Little League night here in Falcon Park. We had a Little Leaguer throw out the ceremonial first pitch. The 0-1 pitch on the way, and that one's swung on and whiffed, 0-2 count. Bolander looking for his first strikeout of the night. The 0-2 pitch, and that one's just high for a 1-2 count. Butler off of first base. Bale keeping him close, and that pitch strikes out Vanderwood. He goes down looking. First strikeout of the night for Derek Bolander. What a pitch there to catch Vanderwood looking. We've got one out here in the top of the second inning. And that'll bring up Braden Kessel, the EH for the Red Wings. With one out, he's got a .304 batting average. The pitch on the way, and that one finds the zone for strike one. No balls, one strike. Butler off of first. Bale keeping him close. The 0-1 pitch. And that one finds the zone. A 91-mile-per-hour fastball there from Bolander. He gets ahead in the count, 0-2. Bolander comes set. The 0-2 pitch on the way. And that one swung on and popped up first base side, out of play. Derek Bolander comes from Ohio Dominican University and is from Oregon, Ohio. Looking for his second strikeout of the night here as he's up 0-2 against Braden Kessel. The pitch, and that's swung on and missed for the second strikeout of the night for Derek Bolander and second strikeout of the inning. What a pitch there by Bolander. Absolutely folding Braden Kessel there. So with 2 outs, that'll bring up Trevor Dozenbach. He still has a runner on first base. Bale keeping Butler close. The pitch, and that one's going to be hit to the second baseman, Alex Sandell. The throw to first in time for the 3rd out of the inning. What a play there by the second baseman, Alex Sandell, to pick up the 3rd out here in the top of the 2nd. What a great inning pitch there by Derek Bolander. He picked up 2 strikeouts and overall looked amazing. And we'll be back for the Doubledays at-bats in the bottom of the 2nd inning on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. We're back here on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. We have a 1-0 ball game. Doubledays are up. Fernando Espinal is leading off here in the bottom of the 2nd. The pitch from Deutsch is outside for ball 1. Espinal supports a .470 batting average. He has looked exceptional this season so far. He did have an injury a couple weeks ago. He injured his wrist sliding back into first base, but he appears to be all right as he is hitting tonight as that pitch finds the zone for a 1-1 count, which comes set the 1-1 pitch, and that one's outside for ball 2. Half of a full count now to the righty Espinal. The pitch, and that one's going to be popped up to right field. Underneath that is Nick Johnson for the 1st out here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Great grab there by the right fielder, Nick Johnson, to get the 1st out. And with Espinal out, that'll bring up the 9th batter in the Doubledays lineup, the right fielder, Skylar Mays. He's got a .175 batting average. And the pitch from Deutsch is outside for ball 1. And that pitch does not find the zone. We've got a 2-0 count as Mays gets ahead in the count. The pitch, and that one's outside for ball 3. 3 straight balls from Deutsch. Mays comes from Florida University and is from Oregon, Ohio. Same place as Bolander, and throwing down a bunt is Mays, but he pulls back with a 3-1 count now. The pitch from Deutsch, and that's a breaking ball that's going to be hit third base, but just foul. Full count now to the righty Skylar Mays. Which comes set, the full count pitch on the way, and that one swung on and missed. but dropped by the catcher, Arias, to throw to first in time for the second out of the inning. So we've got 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. A drop third strike that was thrown to first to get the second out of the inning will bring up the 10th batter and last batter in the Doubledays lineup, Alex Sandell, the second baseman. The pitch from Deutsch, breaking ball that just misses the zone. Alex Sandell comes from the College of the Holy Cross and is from Cambridge, Massachusetts. The 1-0 pitch on the way, and that one's way outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Great stop there by the catcher, Owen Arias, as that one would have flipped a lefty batter. The 2-0 pitch, and that one's way outside again. So Deutsch quickly gets behind in the count, 3-0, 3 straight balls to Sandell. If Sandell gets on, the lineup will flip over, and that'll bring up Gavin Grapuso. The 3-0 pitch on the way, and that one just misses the zone as it is low. We've got a ball 4 walk for Alex Sandell, and Gavin Grapuso will be up. He's 0-1 for the night. He struck out swinging, in the top of the first. But he's dealing with a runner on first base with 2 outs, hoping to score another run for the Doubledays. Which giving Sandell a look on first, the pitch, and that one's outside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. As Deutsch is going to step off the bag and give himself a little bit of a breather, but he's already back on the mound. He's ready to go. 5 straight balls from Deutsch. The 1-0 pitch, and taking off to second is Sandell. The throw to second, not in time. We've got a stolen base for Alex Sandell. Sandell showing off his wheels. That's 6 straight balls, though, from Deutsch. He's struggling to find the zone. The 2-0 pitch on the way, and that one's going to be popped up to the second baseman, Christian Bermudez. He's underneath it for the 3rd out of the inning. So that'll be it here in the bottom of the second inning. No runs come in. Still a 1-0 ball game. Doubledays ahead. And we'll be right back for the top of the 3rd inning on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. We're back here in the top of the third inning. Due up for the Red Wings is Ryan Grace, the first baseman. The pitch from Bolander, and that one's fouled back for strike one. We got a 1-0 ball game. Doubledays are up on a walk in the first inning that scored the runner. The pitch, and that one's way outside for ball one. Grace comes into the game. He's got a 103 batting average. Bolander's got himself 2 strikeouts on the night. The 1-1 pitch, and that one swung on and missed. Fastball blown right by Ryan Grace. Velo sitting at above the 90s for Bolander. He's looking sharp tonight. The 1-2 pitch on the way, and that one swung on and popped up right field side. And that one's out of play. We had 3 Doubledays defenders running over to right field side to try to grab that. That was Zach Bale, Alex Sandell, and Skylar Mays, and unfortunately none of them could grab it as it went out of play into the Red Wings bullpen. So we still have a 1-2 count. As Bolander steps back on the mound. The 1-2 pitch on the way, and that one's high for ball 2. So a 2-2 count with no outs. The 2-2 pitch on the way, and that one swung on and popped up right field side, out of play again. We've got the 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up. The pitch, and that one finds the zone. 3rd strikeout of the night for Bolander. Going down looking is Ryan Grace. What a great breaking ball pitch there by Zach Bolander to pick up the first out of the top of the 3rd inning. So 3 strikeouts for Bolander, and that'll bring up Nick Johnson, the right fielder for the Red Wings, and the first pitch finds the zone. 0-1 with 1 out. The pitch, and that one is going to be called strike swinging by the field umpire. So now we have a 0-2 count as the field umpire says Johnson did go. The 0-2 pitch, and down looking is going to be Johnson. 4th strikeout of the night for Derek Bolander. He looks sharp. So that'll bring up the 10th batter in the Red Wings lineup, Owen Arias, the catcher, with 2 outs. The pitch, swung on and missed. Breaking ball blown right by Arias. As Bolander comes set, the 0-0 pitch on the way, and that one just misses the zone as it came in high. 1-1 count with 2 outs. The pitch, and that one finds the zone. 2nd strike of the at-bat. As Bolander is ahead in the count, 1-2. He comes set, the 1-2 pitch on the way, and that one does not find the zone. Two and two count with 2 outs. To Arias. Bolander comes set, the pitch, and that one just misses the zone. Full count now. The full count pitch, and that one swung on and missed. Another strikeout for Derek Bolander. That's his 5th on the night. 3 strikeouts in the top of the 3rd inning. He has looked exceptional so far. He has not given up a hit yet. What a great pitch there by Derek Bolander to get Arias swinging. So that'll be it here in the top of the 3rd. That'll bring up Cameron Hartenstein in the bottom of the 3rd inning for the Doubledays offense. We'll be right back on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. We're back here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Due up for the Doubledays is Cameron Hartenstein. He scored on a walk in the 1st, as that first pitch from Deutsch does not find the zone. We've got a 1-0 count. Hartenstein is the only run of the game so far, as that pitch is swung on and fouled. 3rd base side, as Steve LaRose, the manager for the Doubledays, tried to field that one but missed it. We have a 1-1 count, the pitch, and that one's in the zone for a 2-1 count. It's actually below the zone, excuse me. Which comes set, the 2-1 pitch on the way. That one swung on and popped up 3rd base side, out of play. 2-2 count now. As Deutsch steps off the mound, wants some new signs from his catcher, Arias. Comes set, the 2-2 pitch on the way, and that one's outside for ball 3. Full count to Hartenstein. The pitch, and that one does not find the zone. Another walk for Hartenstein. His 2nd of the night, and we have a runner on first base with no outs. And that'll bring up Gabe Sanders, the center fielder for the Auburn Doubledays. He bats in the 3 spot. He's 0-0 for the night. He also walked in the 1st inning. The pitch. That one swung on, and that was going to be chopped fair to the catcher, Arias, to throw to first in time for the 1st out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Only one pitch needed there by Deutsch to pick up the first out. So with one out and a runner on second base, that'll bring up the DH, Zach Bale, who's 0-1 for the night. Popped up foul side, first base in the first inning, and that pitch does not find the zone. We've got a 1-0 count to the righty, Zach Bale. Hartenstein is off of second base. The pitch from Deutsch. That one's going to be swung on and popped up first base side again. Underneath it is Grace, and he makes the grab easily. So with 2 outs, that'll bring up Adam Sullivan from Lemoyne College. The lefty is 0-0 for the night. He also walked. Oh 0 count with 2 outs. Hartenstein off of second. The pitch, and that's swung on and chopped on and missed. For a 0-1 count. The pitch on the way, and that's a breaking ball, and that one's whiffed. 0-2 count. Sullivan has 1 hit so far for the season, looking for another one tonight. The 0-2 pitch on the way, a breaking ball, that one's popped foul our way, excuse me. Still a 0-2 count with 2 outs. As Deutsch is stepping off the mound, taking some time in between pitches. He's looking for his second strikeout of the night. No balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch on the way. That one swung on and fouled back our way again. And that ball is going to be for the Little Leaguers here in Falcon Park, as they're all going to go fight for it. Provides the fans comedy. Off of second is Hartenstein. 0-2 count. Deutsch gives Hartenstein a look. The pitch, and that one's way wild, but a great sliding grab there by Arias. For a 1-2 count. We've got a 1-2 count with 2 outs. The pitch, and that one's going to be swung on, and the field umpire says he does go. There's the second strikeout of the night for Alex Deutsch. As Sullivan goes down swinging, he cannot believe that the field umpire says he swung. He thought he held up, and unfortunately, that will be the third out here in the bottom of the third. So we're halfway done here with the first game of the doubleheader. Doubledays are up 1-0. We'll be right back on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. So we are back here in the top of the fourth inning, and leading off for the Geneva Red Wings is going to be James Nunali, the center fielder. He's 0-1 for the night. He got out on a ground ball to third base. The 0-0 pitch from Bolander, and that one is inside, almost clipping Nunali. We've got a 1-0 count to the lefty Nunali. The pitch from Bolander, and that one swung on it and popped up foul. That one hit against the roof of the stadium. We've got a 1-1 count. Derek Bolander has 5 strikeouts of the night. Has not given up a hit yet through 4. The 1-1 pitch, and that one's inside for ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike, half of a full count. Bolander comes set. The 2-1 pitch on the way, and that one swung on and hit to the first baseman, Zach Bale, and an easy first out here for the Doubledays defense. So a chopped ball to Bale that he easily stepped on first base is the first out here in the top of the fourth. And with 1 out, that'll bring up Christian Bermudez. He's 0-1 for the night. He grounded out to the catcher in the first inning. And that first pitch does not find the zone. The next pitch is that one's going to be hit to Bale again. He cannot glove it cleanly, but he throws it over to first. And Bermudez is in time. Field umpire says he's safe. Bolander thinks that he got him in time, but the field umpire says that he's safe. So that's going to be an error on Zach Bale, as he could not glove that one cleanly. So that'll bring up Joe Tiroli, the righty, with a runner on first base. And that one is going to be cranked into left field and foul. If that one stayed fair, that would have been a potential double there for Tiroli, but instead it's a 0-1 count now. Derek Bolander comes set. And that pitch, that's a bunt that's going to get past Bolander. The throw in first is in time. And that's a double play for the Doubledays defense. A bunt that was hit way too hard. Got past Derek Bolander's glove. And it was hit to the shortstop, Gavin Garpuso, who stepped on second and threw it to first in time. What a great double play there by Gavin Garpuso to get 2 outs. And that's the third here in the top of the fourth. We'll be back for the Doubledays bats in the bottom of the fourth inning on your Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. We're back here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Leading off is Logan Scully. He's 0-0 for the night. He walked. And his walk was actually the RBI that scored Hartenstein in the first, as that first pitch is fouled back our way. 0-1 count. The 0-1 pitch on the way and swung on and missed, making the count 0-2. 84-mile-per-hour fastball that was blown right by Logan Scully. The 0-2 pitch on the way, and that one swung on and missed and dropped. And the catcher Arias is going to throw it to first for the first out here. And the bottom of the fourth inning, a drop third, throw down to first, gets out Logan Scully. So we have one out. That'll bring up Ryan Grundy, and that pitch does not find the zone. Grundy is 0-1 for the night. He struck out swinging in the first inning. He's got a 166 batting average. The 1-0 pitch on the way, and that one swung on and chopped first base side, out of play. One ball, one strike, one out, 1-0 ball game. Doubledays ahead. The 1-1 pitch on the way, and that one does not find the zone, making it ball two. Deutsch has 2 strikeouts on the night. He comes set. The 2-1 pitch on the way, and that one's outside for ball 3. The 3-1 pitch, and that one's going to be chopped out of play, making the count full. As the home plate umpire is going to give Deutsch a new ball. We've got a full count scenario with 1 out as Grundy steps back in the box. On deck is Espinal. The 3-2 pitch on the way, and that one swung on and missed. Another strikeout for Alex Deutsch. That's going to be his 4th of the night. As going down swinging is Ryan Grundy. So that'll bring up Fernando Espinal. The 0-0 pitch on the way, and that one's inside for ball 1. And that pitch does find the zone, making it a 1-1 count with 2 outs. And that one's going to be swung on and missed, making the count 1-2. Espinal down in the count. The 1-2 pitch, and that one's way outside. Great stop there by the catcher, Owen Arias. In the second inning, Fernando Espinal popped up to right field, so he's looking for a hit here. The 2-2 pitch on the way. That one swung on, and that was going to be hit to the shortstop, Isaac Vanderwoo. The throw to first is in time for the 3rd out of the inning. So a 6-3 ground out ends the 4th inning. We're going to make our way to the top of the 5th inning for the Red Wings at-bats, and we'll be right back on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. Welcome back to the top of the 5th inning. Due up for the Red Wings is going to be the shortstop, Isaac Vanderwood. Excuse me, it's going to be the DH, Zach Butler. And the first inning, he walked. And that pitch is going to be hit to the second baseman, Sandell. He gloves it cleanly to throw to first in time for a 4-3 ground out for the first out of the inning. Now that'll bring up Isaac Vanderwood. He's 0-1 for the night. He struck out swinging in the second inning. Bolander comes set. The 0-0 pitch. That one swung on and missed. We've got a 0-1 count with one out. The 0-1 pitch on the way. And that one's outside. 4-1. One and one count with one out. Derek Bolander comes set. The pitch. That one's going to be chopped out of play our way. We've got a 1-2 count with one out. Bolander has yet to give up a hit or yet to give up a run. Doubleday's defense does have one error. Red Wings defense has 0 errors. 1-0 ball game. Doubleday's up. The 1-2 pitch on the way. Swung on and missed. 6th strikeout of the night for Derek Bolander. We've got 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning, and that'll bring up Braden Kessel, who's already struck out swinging tonight. He's 0-1. He's got a .304 batting average. Looking for the first hit of the game for the Red Wings. Bolander comes set. The pitch on the way, a breaking ball that's going to find the zone. That one broke. That one had a great break to it, I should say. It came in at the head of Kessel and dropped at about the waist level. So now we've got a 0-1 count. The pitch, that one's going to be fouled. Shortstop. Underneath that, though, is Sandell calling off Grapuso, and he catches it for the 3rd out in the top of the 5th inning. 1-0 ball game. No runs given up. No runners on base. 3 up, 3 down. We'll be right back for the bottom of the 5th inning on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. We've got a pitching change here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Pitching now for the Geneva Red Wings is Cole Littman from Youngstown, Ohio, and he attends Allegheny College. So that'll be it for Alex Deutsch's night. He leaves the game on 4 innings pitched, no hits given up, 1 run given up though, 6 walks, 6 strikeouts. And Cole Littman has a 3.72 ERA on 2 wins, 0 losses, and 9.2 innings pitched. He's got 8 strikeouts on the season, and that first pitch is a ball. Skylar Mays, the right fielder for the Doubledays. He's 0-1 for the night, struck out swinging. And the pitch on the way, that one's going to be popped up to the catcher, Arias, and he makes the grab for the first out of the bottom of the 5th. Skylar Mays could not believe that he popped that one up. Thought he crushed it. So with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning, that'll bring up the last batter in the Doubledays lineup, Alex Sandell, the second baseman. He walked in the 2nd inning. Littman comes set. The pitch on the way. That one's going to be hit third base side, but foul. That one just went to the left of the bag. Down the third base side, but could not stay fair. So the count is 0-1 with 1 out. Littman comes set. The 0-1 pitch. And that one's a breaking ball. That's going to be hit to the third baseman, Joe Torelli. The throw to first in time for the second out of the inning. 5-3 ground out. Gets the second out in the bottom of the 5th. And the lineup will flip over. That'll bring up Gavin Grapuso. He's 0-2 for the night. He struck out swinging in the first and popped up to the second baseman in the 2nd inning, looking for the first hit of the game for the Doubledays and first hit of the game for himself. Both teams have yet to give up a hit, so both starting pitchers have been exceptional. The 0-0 pitch, and that was going to be hit into shallow right field. Underneath that is Christian Bermudez for the third out of the inning. And F4 will end the bottom of the 5th inning, and that'll be it for the 5th inning as we make our way to the top of the 6th. That'll bring up the Red Wings at-bats here on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. We're back here in the top of the 6th inning, and leading off for the Geneva Red Wings is Trevor Dozenbach, the 7th batter in the Red Wings lineup. He's 0-1 for the night. He hit into a 4-3 ground out in the 2nd inning. The pitch from Bolander finds the zone. 0-1 count on a 80-mile-per-hour breaking ball. The pitch. That one's going to be swung on, and that's a dead ball because it hit Dozen back, right in the back. Unintended there. We got a 0-2 count. Verlander so far has 5 innings pitched, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts, 38 strikes and 16 balls. He's having himself an impressive night. He's ahead 0-2 to Dozen back. Verlander comes set. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on and popped up first base side, out of play. So no balls, 2 strikes to the righty, Dozen back. As Derek Bolander's going to come set. The 0-2 pitch on the way. Breaking ball that was going to be hit short, third base side, but out of play. We've got a 0-2 count now. Bolander comes set. The pitch. And that one's going to be fouled. Third foul ball of the at-bat. As that ball's tossed to the bat boy. Got a 0-2 count still. Bolander looking for the putout here. The 0-2 pitch on the way. And that one swung on and missed. 7th strikeout of the night for Derek Bolander. And that's the first out here in the top of the 6th inning. What a great outing so far by Derek Bolander. As that'll bring up the 8th batter in the Red Wings lineup, Ryan Grace, the first baseman. He's dealing with 1 out and no runners on. The 0-0 pitch on the way, and that one swung on and whiffed. 82-mile-per-hour changeup gets Grace swinging. The 0-1 pitch, and that one's just inside, making the count 1-1. 1-1 count with 1 out. The pitch. That one's outside. Great stop there by Hartenstein. 1-1 count. Bolander's going to come set. The 2-1 pitch on the way. And that one's ball 3. Bolander's only given up 1 walk on the night. He's down in the count 3-1 as the catcher Hartenstein's going to call timeout to go talk to his ace. So Hartenstein seems to have relieved Bolander a little bit, calmed him down, refreshed his mind. Bolander does not want to give up a walk here. He is down 3-1. Derek Bolander comes set. The pitch on the way, and that was going to be swung on and popped up into center field. Underneath that is Sanders, and he makes the grab. What a grab there by Sanders, but it does fall from his glove. It looked like he grabbed the ball, but on his way down on the sliding grab, it came out of his glove. So unfortunately, that's an E8. So with a runner on first and 1 out, that's an E8 that will bring up Nick Johnson, the right fielder. The pitch on the way, and that one's ball 1. Got a 1-1 count. The pitch from Bolander does not find the zone. So that actually is going to be the first hit of the game. First hit for the Red Wings and first hit of the game as that pitch finds the zone. We've got a 2-2 count to Nick Johnson. Grace hit that one cleanly. It went out of the glove of Sanders, but was a wild play or hard play for Sanders, so that one's going to be a hit. And the pitch on the way, and a breaking ball that just misses the zone. Umpire looked like he was going to ring him up, but ended up calling that one a ball. Fans can't believe that. They thought that was going to be another strikeout, 8th of the night for Bolander, but instead it is a 3-2 count with a runner on first. Bolander comes set, the pitch, and that one swung on a miss. There's your strikeout, Derek Bolander. That's his 8th of the night. Fans like that. Little retaliation pitch there by Bolander. So with 2 outs, that'll bring up the last batter in the Red Wings lineup, Owen Arias, the catcher. 0-1 for the night. Struck out swinging in the third. He's got a 0.47 batting average as that pitch does not find the zone. 1 ball, no strikes with 2 outs. Grace off of first base. The pitch from Bolander, and that one swung on. That one's going to hit off the foot of Bolander. Gloving it is Sandell to throw to first in time for the 3rd out of the inning. What a wild play there to end the top of the 6th inning. That one booted off of the cleat of Derek Bolander and went to Alex Sandell. And Sandell gloved it cleanly and threw it to first in time. That was a wild play to the ending of a wild ending. The Red Wings did pick up the first hit of the game on a pop fly that dropped from the glove of Gabe Sanders. So we do have 1 hit in the game, but it is still a 1-0 ball game. Doubledays are up. We'll be back for the Doubledays at-bats in the bottom of the 6th inning on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. We've got a pitching change here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Pitching now is Tyson Bryant Dawson. Bryant Dawson comes from Oakland, California, and attends Allegheny College. He's facing off against Cameron Hartenstein, who's 0-0 for the night because he's walked twice. Red Wings picked up the first hit of the game in the top of the 6th inning, as that pitch is going to be ball 1. Tyson Bryant Dawson has a 0.0 ERA in 1 game. He's got 1 inning pitched and 1 strikeout in 1 inning, and that pitch is going to be hit on a line to the shortstop, Isaac Vanderwood, for the first out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. So with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th, that'll bring up Gabe Sanders, who's 0-1 for the night. He walked in the first and grounded out to the catcher on a 2-3 put out. 0-0 pitch. That one's going to be swung on and fouled back our way. Count is 0-1 with 1 out. That one clocked in at 87 as the home plate umpire gives Tyson Bryant Dawson a new ball. The 0-1 pitch on the way, a breaking ball that is high for ball 1. One ball, 1 strike with 1 out. The 1-1 pitch, and that one's high again. The slurve, curve, whatever it is, has not found the zone yet for Bryant Dawson. The 2-1 pitch, and that one's going to be swung on and hit to the glove of Isaac Vanderwood again. Another lineup play for Vanderwood, back-to-back. The shortstop's got all of the action here in the bottom of the 6th, and that'll bring up the first baseman and cleanup batter, number 32, Zach Bale, who's 0-2 for the night, 303 average, though, so he's hitting very well for the season. He popped up foul in the first inning and fouled the first baseman in the 3rd inning, as that first pitch does not find the zone. The 1-0 count on the way, and that was going to be swung on and popped up out of play. Right field side. One ball, 1 strike with 2 outs. The 1-1 pitch, and that one's fouled to the Doubledays dugout. Count is 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes to Zach Bale with 2 outs. The 1-2 pitch on the way, and that one swung on and missed. A strikeout for Bryant Dawson. His first of the night, as that gets Bale swinging. So 3 up, 3 down in the bottom of the 6th. And we're going to make our way to the top of the 7th inning. The Doubledays are up 1-0. If they don't give up any runs here, that's going to be the ball game for the first game of the doubleheader. We'll be right back on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. We're back here in the top of the 7th inning. Doubledays are up 1-0. And due up for the Geneva Red Wings is the leadoff batter, James Nunali, the center fielder. The pitch from Bolander finds the zone for strike one. That one clocked in at 92. Bolander showing no signs of fatigue. The 0-1 pitch, and that one's outside for ball one. So the Doubledays have no hits so far in the game. If they win the game, they will somehow win a baseball game with not getting any hits. That's very hard to do. Their only action was in the first inning on walks, as that one's going to be hit to Sandell for the first out of the game. First out of the inning, excuse me. 4-3 put out by Sandell. So Derek Bolander's got one out here in the top of the 7th. Red Wings do have one hit of the game. Doubledays have nothing. No hits. One run, though. The pitch, and that one's inside. Ball one to Christian Bermudez. Got a 1-0 count with one out. Time is 6:33. The pitch on the way, and that one swung on and missed for strike one of the at-bat. One ball, one strike with one out. Bolander comes set. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed again by Bermudez. Got a 1-ball, 2-strike count. One out. 1-2 count on the way, and that one swung on and missed. 9th strikeout of the night for Derek Bolander. He has looked exceptional. We've got 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. That'll bring up Joe Tiroli, the third baseman. The pitch on the way. That one's going to be swung on and popped up out of play. No balls, 1 strike with 2 outs. The 0-1 pitch on the way, and that one's outside for ball one. We've got a 1-1 count with 2 outs. Derek Bolander looking to pick up the third out here in the top of the 7th. The pitch, that one's going to be swung on and drilled hard to center field. Back goes Gabe Sanders. He's underneath it, and the Doubledays win the ball game. They won the game with no hits. Derek Bolander had himself a great night. Derek Bolander has 7 innings pitched, gave up 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts, and got himself the win. As the Doubledays are going to line up and shake hands with themselves. They picked up the win in the first game of the doubleheader. We're going to have a quick 30-minute break, and we'll be back for the second game of the doubleheader between the Geneva Red Wings, as the Auburn Doubledays win that one 1-0. An exceptional night by Derek Bolander to get the win. A walk in the first inning that scored a run gives the Doubledays the win. So, great outing there by Bolander. We'll be back in 30 minutes for the second game of the doubleheader. I'm Evan Carocchio. Thanks for tuning in to the first game. We'll be back for the second game on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. We're live here for the second game of the doubleheader between the Doubledays and the Red Wings, and that first pitch is fouled out of play, first base side. Pitching for the Auburn Doubledays is number 4, Gage Rowe. And leading off for the Red Wings is Tyson Bryant Dawson, the right fielder. The pitch from Rowe, as that one is ball 1. We have a 1-1 count with no outs. I'm Evan Crocio. Welcome back to the second game. Doubledays won the first game 1-0. They were no hit, but won on a walk that scored. As that pitch going to be popped up to the first baseman, Avery Dozy, for the first out here in the top of the first inning. A quick first out for Gage Rowe, and that'll bring up James Nunnally, the left fielder for the Red Wings. The pitch from Rowe, and that one swung on, and that's a base hit for Nunnally. A single into center field. There's the first hit of the game for the Red Wings. And they have a runner on first base with 1 out. I was told in between these two games that Derek Bolander leads the league in strikeouts with 41. He had an impressive first game. He got 9 strikeouts. Did not give up any runs. 1 hit. He looked exceptional in the first game, and the throw back to first is not in time. Try to get Nunnally. 2 up is Joe Tiroli, the third baseman, the 0-0 pitch. And that one's out of the strike zone for ball 1. We've got a 1-0 count with 1 out. The 1-0 pitch, and that one's going to be popped up first base side out of play, making the count 1-1. One ball, 1 strike with 1 out. Not only off of first. The pitch from Rowe, and that one's outside for ball 2. We've got a 2-1 count. The throw to first not in time. The 2-1 pitch, and that one's going to be popped up left field. And that one's caught for the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up for the Red Wings Zach Butler, their DH, with 2 outs. Excuse me, their first baseman with 2 outs. Great grab by Ryan Grundy in left field there as Rowe steps off the mound. The pitch does not find the zone. 1-0 count with 2 outs to Butler. The pitch from Rowe, and that was going to be popped up to right field. Going underneath that is Gabe Sanders, and he catches it for the third out of the inning. So the Red Wings do secure the first hit of the game off of Gage Rowe, but it is still a 0-0 ball game. As we'll be right back for the bottom of the first inning for the Doubledays at bats on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. We're back here in the bottom of the first inning. Pitching for the Geneva Red Wings is Colin Pipkins. Pipkins attends Jones College, and he's looking for a great outing here against the Doubledays. The pitch, and that one's called strike by the home plate umpire. To the leadoff batter, Aiden Ford. Ford supports a .242 batting average on the season. The 0-1 pitch. That one's called strike again. No balls, 2 strikes. No swing from Ford thus far. The 0-2 pitch, and that one's outside for ball 1. Pipkins comes set, the 1-2, and that breaking ball does not find the zone. We've got a 2-2 count. 0-0 ball game. The 2-2, and that one is low for ball 3. Three balls, 2 strikes with no outs. Pipkins comes set, the full count pitch, and that one's in the dirt. We've got our first Doubledays runner of the game, and that'll bring up Juan Perez. He's EHing for the night. And let's quickly meet the Red Wings defense. Playing right field, Tyson Bryant Dawson. Playing left field, James Nunnally. Playing third base, Joe Tiroli. Playing first, Zach Butler. The catcher is Tyler Skaggs. Center field is Aiden Also Brooks, as that pitch does not find the zone. Playing short is Cooper Loyal. DHing is Colin Boyd. DHing is Hugh LeMasters. And playing second base is John Lewis. As that pitch is going to clip Juan Perez right in the stomach. Let's hope that he's all right. You could hear the sound on that one. So we have 2 runners on first and second here in the bottom of the first. And that'll bring up Gabe Sanders, the right fielder. Let's hope that Perez is okay. Or that one off his stomach. The pitch. That one's going to be hit into right field. There's a base hit for Gabe Sanders. Rounding first base is Aiden Ford. And he gets into first cleanly. The throw to third is in time to get Juan Perez, though. So we have a base hit RBI for Gabe Sanders, but we do have 1 out as Perez was out at third. So we have a runner on first base here in the bottom of the first. 1-0 Doubledays are up on the base hit by Gabe Sanders to score Aiden Ford. Sanders is off of first. Due up is the catcher Logan Scully. And taking off the second is Sanders. He got himself a great jump. A stolen bag for Gabe Sanders. Pipkins didn't even see him taking off. An incredible jump there by Sanders. So now we have a runner in scoring position with 1 out. 1-1 count to Scully. The 1-1 on the way, and that one does not find the zone. 2-1 now. Balls 1 strike with 1 out. Off of second is Sanders. The pitch, and that one's in the dirt, the turf dirt. 3 balls, 1 strike. Goalie's ahead in the count, 3-1. The 3-1 pitch on the way, and that was going to be hit into the air. Popped up to the shortstop, Cooper Loyal, and he makes the grab for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up Bradley Soto Diaz, the 5th batter in the Double-A's lineup. He plays center field. He's got a .375 batting average. Looking to score. Sanders on second. Sanders is already off of second. No one's keeping him close. As that pitch finds the zone for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs now. As Pipkins comes set. The pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pipkins comes set. Looking at Sanders on second. The 1-1, and that one's wild. 2-1 count. Pipkins likes to take his time in between pitches. Looking for a strikeout here to get the 3rd out. The 2-1 pitch, and that one's high, 4-3. Three balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Ball here would walk Soto. The pitch, and that one's swung on and whiffed, making the count 3-2. Sanders was halfway off of second base, ran down the line, then ran back. A little bit of, I guess, a diversion there. I don't know what that was, but that was kind of funny. And the 3-2 pitch, that one's outside. Another walk given up by Colin Pipkins. Due up is Avery Dozy, first baseman for the Double-A's, as that breaking ball does, in fact, find the zone. We've got an 0-1 count with 2 outs. As Pipkins is going to come set. Going to look at Sanders, the pitch, and that one finds the zone again. And back-to-back breaking balls that find the strike zone. Dozy behind the count. He's got runners on first and second. Looking for a base hit here. The 0-2 pitch, and that one's going to be drilled into right field for a base hit. Rounding third is Sanders. Getting waved home is Soto. 1 run scores. Another run scores. Double-A's are up 3-0. Fans are on their feet here in Little League night. We've got ourselves a double by Avery Dozy. So we've got a 3-0 ball game. Double-A's are up on the double by Avery Dozy that scored 2 runs. And already off of second is Dozy. The count is 1-0. to Mike Christian, the second baseman. That's 3 runs given up already by Colin Pipkins. Doubledays looking better offensively than they did the first game. The first game, they didn't even have any hits. This game, they've already got 2 in the first, and that pitch is going to be hit to Pipkins. He gloves it cleanly, flips it over to first for the 3rd out of the inning. A 1-3 put out ends the inning. A great inning offensively for the Doubledays. They're up 3-0 on the double by Avery Dozy that scored 2. So we'll be back for the top of the 2nd inning on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. We're back here in the top of the 2nd inning. Leading off is Tyler Skaggs, as that pitch is going to be chopped to the catcher. The throw to first is in time for the 1st out of the inning. Great throw there by the catcher to get Tyler Skaggs out for the 1st out here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. And that'll bring up Aiden Brooks, the center fielder for the Red Wings. Got a .297 batting average on the season. The pitch, and that one's going to be fouled back our way, making the count 0-2 with 1 out. Gaudreau gave up 1 hit in the 1st inning. Yet to pick up a strikeout, looking for his first strikeout here. The 0-2 pitch, and that one's going to be swung on, and that one's going to be hit to the second baseman, Mike Christian, for the 2nd out of the inning. A 4-3 put out. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Cooper Loyal, the 7th batter in the Red Wings lineup, with 2 outs and no one on. The 0-0 pitch from Rowe, and that one's going to be swung on and hit to the shortstop, Trevor Murray, for the 3rd out of the inning. What a great play there defensively by Trevor Murray to pick up the 3rd out. That's a 6-3 put out to end the top of the 2nd. A quick top of the 2nd, 3 up, 3 down, 3-0 ball game. Doubledays up. We'll be back for the bottom of the 2nd inning. We're back here in the bottom of the second inning. Leading off is Trevor Murray, and that pitch is outside for ball one to the righty shortstop. He supports a .095 batting average. He's looking for a hit here in a 3-0 ball game. The pitch, and that one's going to be hit third base side, out of play. So Pipkins struggled the first inning. He gave up 3 runs on 2 hits. A 2 RBI double by Avery Dozie that scored a couple, put the Doubledays up 3-0. Count is 2-1 to Trevor Murray. The 2-1 pitch on the way, and that one's called strike by the home plate umpire. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Murray looks to protect here, down 2-2. The pitch from Pipkins, and that one's way outside. That one gets past the catcher, Tyler Skaggs, making the count 3-2. A full count with no outs to Murray. The 3-2 pitch on the way, and that one's going to be chopped to the third baseman. Joe Tiroli, the throw to first, is in time. A 5-3 put out that retires Trevor Murray. So with 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning, that'll bring up Fernando Espinal, the DH for the Doubledays, batting 9th. He's got a .444 batting average. Looking for his first hit in 2 games. The pitch on the way, and that one swung on and whiffed, making the count 0-1. The 0-1 pitch, that one's outside. Count is 1-1 with 1 out. And that pitch is swung on and whiffed again by Espinal. Way ahead of that 83-mile-per-hour pitch from Pipkins. The 1-2 pitch. And that one's outside again, making the count 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes as Espinal comes back up to the box. The pitch, and that one's going to be chopped to the third baseman, Joe Tiroli. The throw to first is not in time. A base hit for Fernando Espinal, as Espinal shows off his wheels there to beat out the potential 5-3 put out. So we've got a runner on first here in the bottom of the second inning. And that'll bring up the last batter in the Doubledays lineup, Ryan Grundy, the left fielder, who bats left. He's got a .159 batting average. As the throw over to first is not in time, Espinal is going to dive back safely. Oh, count, 1 out to Grundy. Espinal off of first. The throw over to first not in time. Pipkins going to make sure that Espinal does not steal. Still not a pitch thrown yet to Grundy. Pipkins gives Espinal a look. He comes set. The 0-0 pitch. And that one does not find the zone, making the count 1-0. 77-mile-per-hour breaking ball just misses the outside corner of the plate. The 1-0. And that one's wild, and Espinal is going to steal second base on a wild pitch. Espinal demonstrates his wheels there. You've got a runner in scoring position with 1 out. as Tyler Skaggs is going to call a timeout to go have a brief discussion with his starting pitcher, Colin Pipkins, try to calm him down. He's got 1 out, 2-0 count. Runner in scoring position on a wild pitch that advances Fernando Espinal. And the Bat Boys give the home plate umpire each new balls. So we've got a 2-0 count as Grundy steps back up to the box. Pipkins cleared his mind. He's ready to pitch. He's going to keep Espinal close on second base, though. The 2-0 swung on it. That one's belted right field. And that one's caught by the right fielder, Tyson Bryant Dawson, but tagging up is going to be Fernando Espinal. That one looked like it had the power to get out of the ballpark, but was just short of the wall. In fair territory. Wow, butchered that. In fair territory. Great catch there by Bryant Dawson. So that first pitch to 8-4 does not find the zone. We've got a 1-0 count. So 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs to 8-4 as the lineup flips over. 8-4 walked in the first inning. A 2-0 pitch, and that one does find the zone. We've got half of a full count to the righty Ford. Still a 3-0 ball game, but we have Espinal on third, tagged up on the pop fly to right field, the pitch, and that one's wild. Count is 3-1. Great stop there by Skaggs to keep Espinal on third. Pipkins comes set. Espinal off third. The 3-1 pitch. And that one misses the zone. Ball 4. We've got a runner on first and third. And that'll bring up Juan Perez, who was hit by pitch in his first at-bat in the first inning. He was then thrown out by the right fielder, advancing to third, also in the first inning. So in 2 innings, we've gone through the lineup already once. We've got a runner on first and third. Throw over to first, not in time, as that's going to try to keep Ford on first. No balls, no strikes with 2 outs. The pitch, and that one's going to be swung on and fouled out of play near the Red Wings dugout. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. You can feel the energy here in Falcon Park on Little League night. The throw over to first, not in time. Pipkins trying to keep Ford on first base. Doesn't want Ford to show off his wheels. No pun intended. No balls, 1 strike with 2 outs. And there goes Ford. The throw to second is in time. So Espinal's run will not count. A great throw by Tyler Skaggs to get the advancing Aiden Ford. Unfortunately, Ford's wheels deflated on the way to second, and he was picked off. So that'll end the bottom of the second inning. We're going to make our way to the top of the third inning. 3-0 ball game. We'll be back on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. We're back here in the top of the third inning, and due up for the Geneva Red Wings is Colin Boyd, the EH, batting eighth. He supports a 172 batting average, and that first pitch is fouled back. 3-0 ball game, Doubledays up. The pitch, and that one's outside, 4-1. 1-1 count, the pitch. That one's going to be belted to right field. Running back, though, is the first baseman, and he makes the grab. What a catch there by Avery Dozy. He caught that one in shallow right field, foul ball territory. A great grab by Dozy to show off his wheels. We've got one out here in the top of the third inning, and that'll bring up Hugh Lemasters, the DH. He's got a 272 batting average. Working with one out, the pitch. That one just misses the zone. 1-0 count. The 1-0, and that one's going to be fouled back our way. Down is 1-1. The 1-1, and that one's fouled back our way again. One ball, two strikes with one out. The pitch from Rowe, and that one's going to be fouled first base side. Out of play, count is 1-2. Pedro has given up one hit through 2 1/3 innings. As Rowe comes set, it's up big against Lemasters. The 1-2 pitch, and that one gets away from Rowe there. Count is 2-2. Rowe comes set, the 2-2 pitch, and that one swung on a miss. A strikeout, the first of the night for Gage Rowe. We now have 2 outs here in the top of the third inning, and that'll bring up the last batter in the Red Wings lineup, John Lewis, the second baseman. 178 batting average. Looking to get things going for the Red Wings offense as that first pitch is swung on and whiffed. Red Wings have 1 hit. Doubledays have 3. As that one's going to be hit to the shortstop. Trevor Murray, the throw to first in time. 6-3 put out to get the third out. 3 up, 3 down. A great pitching performance by Gage Rowe there in the top of the third. We'll be back in the bottom of the third for the Doubledays at bats on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. We're back here in the bottom of the third inning. Due up is Juan Perez. His at-bat was cut short because Aiden Ford was caught stealing in the bottom of the second as that first pitch does not find the zone. We've got a 3-0 ball game. The pitch to Perez as that one's low. 2-0 count. Pipkins comes set. The 2-0 pitch. And that one's going to be hit first base side, out of play. 2-1 count, half of a full count to the righty Perez. The 2-1 pitch, and that breaking ball is swung on and whiffed, making the count 2-2. Actually, that was strike 3. So that is the third strike of the at-bat and first strikeout of the night for Colin Pipkins. As Perez goes down swinging, we've got 1 out here in the bottom of the third. The pitch, and that breaking ball does not find the zone. 1-0 count with 1 out. Pipkins comes set, the 1-0, and that one's low. Low. Gabe Sanders due up. Scored in the first. He got a single and then hit a RBI. That was the RBI single, and then he scored himself in the first inning. He's ahead 3-0 in the bottom of the third. The pitch, and that one finds the zone. Count is 3-1 to the righty, Gabe Sanders. A 3-1 pitch, and that one's going to be hit to the second baseman, John Lewis, for a 4-3 put out to get this second out here in the bottom of the third. So with 2 outs, that'll bring up the catcher, Logan Scully. Fouled. Third base side to the shortstop in the first inning as that pitch is swung on and fouled back our way. Count is 0-1 with 2 outs. Doubledays up 3-0. Oh, 1 count. The pitch. And that one is called a no swing. Betcha Logan Scully is very happy that the field umpire said he did not swing there. 1-1 count. That one's low. Count is 2-1 with 2 outs. Balls 1 strike with 2 outs. Pipkins comes set, the 2-1. Breaking ball that does in fact find the zone. We've got a 2-2 count with 2 outs. The 2-2. That one's outside, ball 3. As Scully works himself back in the at-bat. Full count approach, no one on, 2 outs. Pipkins comes set. The 3-2. And that one is called strike 3. Scully goes down looking. He thought that one was high, but instead that breaking ball finds the zone. And there's a backwards K for Logan Scully. And that's the end of the third inning. So the Little Leaguers are going to run the bags. We'll be back for the top of the fourth inning on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. We're back here in the top of the 4th inning. Looked like over 100 kids just ran the bases there. We've got quite a crowd here for Little League night. A lot of support for the Auburn Doubledays. Little kids are looking for another win and a doubleheader sweep against the Red Wings as Rowe comes set, the pitch, and that one's going to be fouled, third base side. The leadoff batter, Tyson Bryant Dawson, who's 0-1 for the night. He popped up to the first baseman in the first inning, and that pitch is going to be hit into center field. And running over that to make the grab is Bradley Soto Diaz. Great grab there by Soto. He covered a lot of ground to pick up the first out here in the top of the 4th inning. So with one out, that'll bring up James Nunnally, the left fielder. He's got the only hit of the night for the Red Wings, the 0-0 pitch. And that one's called strike by the home plate umpire. No balls, 1 strike with 1 out. The pitch. That one's called strike again as Nunnally gets behind the count. 0-2 with 1 out. Rowe comes set. The 0-2 pitch. And that one's outside for ball 1. We've got a 1-2 count to Nunnally, who supports a 200 batting average. The 1-2 pitch. And that one's going to be hit into center field. Underneath that is Soto. And he gets the put out. And F8 to get the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up the third batter in the Red Wings lineup, Joe Tiroli, who popped up to left field in his last at-bat in the first inning. It was a great grab by Ryan Grundy to get him out. The 0-0 pitch. And that was going to be hit into center field. Running over is Soto Diaz. And does he make the catch? Yes, he does. What a grab by Bradley Soto Diaz to get the third out. All 3 hits were to him. 3 up, 3 down. 3 impressive plays by Bradley Soto Diaz. Shows off his glove. He looks exceptional in center field as his teammates go out to support him. What a great inning defensively for the Doubledays. We'll be back in the bottom of the 4th inning for the Auburn Doubledays at bats on your Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. We're back here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Due up is Bradley Soto Diaz, who walked and scored in the first inning. First pitch is swung on and whiffed. That pitch is going to be hit into center field, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. It's going to go to the wall. Rounding first is Soto. He's going on second. He's rounding second. A triple for Bradley Soto Diaz. Have yourself a night, Bradley Soto Diaz. What a hit there by Soto. We've got a runner in scoring position here in the bottom of the fourth inning, and that'll bring up Avery Dozy, who already is 1-1 for the night. He got a double in the first inning. He's looking to score Soto, and that pitch is swung on and whiffed. 0-1 count with no outs. Soto off of third. The 0-1 pitch. As that one finds the zone, Dozy's down 0-2. Only 2 pitches needed for Soto to belt one to the center right gap for a triple. Almost a stand-up triple, but a great throw there by the center fielder, Aiden Alsobrooks, to almost get him out at third. We've got a 1-2 count, the pitch, and that one's outside for ball 2. 2-2 count as Dozy is working himself back in the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. Swung on and whiffed. A strikeout for Colin Pipkins. That's his 3rd strikeout of the night. Pipkins has given up 5 hits through 3 1/3 innings. 3 earned runs as well, as that one's going to be dribbled to the shortstop. Flipping it over to first in time for the second out, but Bradley Soto Diaz comes in and scores an RBI for Mike Christian. So that'll bring up Trevor Murray for the Auburn Doubledays with 2 outs, 4-0 ball game, as that first pitch is swung on and whiffed. Next pitch is called strike, 0-2 count. No balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch, and that one's outside. Count is 1-2 with 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the fourth, 4-0 ball game. Doubledays have 4 hits. The pitch, and that one swung on and missed, but dropped. The throw to first by Skaggs is in time to pick up the 3rd out of the inning. So an impressive triple by Bradley Soto Diaz to the wall in the center right field gap. He then scores on a RBI by Mike Christian. We've got a 4-0 ball game. Doubledays have 4 hits. What a game Bradley Soto Diaz is having himself so far. 3 outs in center field and a triple, and then scoring. He's looking like the MVP of the Doubledays so far tonight. We'll be back for the top of the 5th inning on your Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. Four to nothing ball game. Still on the mound is Gage Rowe for the Doubledays. And leading off is Zach Butler, the cleanup batter. He's 0-1 for the night. He popped up the right field as that first pitch is swung on and whiffed. 0-1 count. Doubledays have 4 hits on the game. Red Wings have 1. The pitch from Rowe, as that one does not find the zone. We've got a 1-1 count. The pitch from Rowe, swung on and missed. Through 4 innings, Rowe has given up only 1 hit. He has 1 strikeout. Looking for another one here. The 1-2 pitch on the way. And that one's fouled back our way. Staying alive is Butler. One ball, 2 strikes. Rowe comes set. The pitch. That one's going to be hit third base side, but foul. 6th pitch of the at-bat coming up. One ball, 2 strikes. The pitch on the way from Rowe. And that one's going to be hit right back to Rowe. Gloves it cleanly. The throw to first in time. A 1-3 put out. To get out Zach Butler. First out of the top of the 5th. Time is 8:07. We've gotten through 4 innings in about an hour. Yo-oh pitch from Rowe as that one finds the zone. Fastball down the middle. That one clocked in at 88. Tyler Skaggs. Yo-1 pitch. That one's going to be fouled off of the foot of Skaggs. Count is 0-2 with 1 out. No balls. 2 strikes, 1 out. Rowe's pitching from the windup. Skaggs is going to call time as Rowe was taking some new signs from his catcher, Logan Scully. The pitch from Rowe. Outside ball 1. Count is 1-2 with 1 out. The 1-2. That one just misses the zone. Doubledays fans were displeased with that call. They thought that one was a strike. The 2-2 pitch. That one's low again. Count is full. Skaggs works himself back in the count. The 3-2 pitch. That one's low again. That's a walk given up by Gage Rowe. His first walk of the night. And with 1 out and a runner on first base, that'll bring up Aiden also Brooks. 0-1 for the night. He grounded out to second. And second inning as that pitch just misses the zone. 4-0 ball game though. So Red Wings are looking for their first run of the game. The 1-0. That one swung on and whiffed. Swung on and fouled third base side. 1-1 count with 1 out. Rowe's going to give the runner on first, Skaggs, a look. He's going to throw over to first, but that's not in time. Still a 1-1 count. The pitch, breaking ball, and that's going to be popped up over third base side. Running over is going to be the third baseman, Aiden Ford, as he gloves that one cleanly. A pop-up to Ford for the second out of the inning. Retires also Brooks, and that's going to bring up the shortstop, Cooper Loyal, with 2 outs. And Skaggs on first. Doyle's 0-1 for the night. He grounded out to shortstop in the second inning. Throw over to first, not in time. The pitch. That one's low for ball one. One ball, no strikes, 2 outs. A throw over to first, not in time again. The 1-0 pitch. That one does find the zone. We've got a 1-1 count. The pitch. That one's outside. Two balls, one strike, 1 out. The throw over to first, not in time again. Rowe making sure that Skaggs stays on first. The 2-1, and that was going to be hit third base side, but foul. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Rowe comes set. The pitch. That one's high. Ball 3. Full count pitch. The pitch from Rowe. That one's going to be hit to the second baseman, Mike Christian. The throw to first in time. 4-3 put out. That'll end the Red Wings at-bats in the top of the 5th. We're going to make our way to the bottom of the 5th inning for the Doubledays at-bats. We'll be right back on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. We're back here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Due up for the Doubledays is Fernando Espinal. He's down 0-1 in the count. He's 1-1 for the night, as he singled in the second inning, as that pitch almost clips him. Count is 1-1 with no outs. The pitch, that one's going to be chopped, and that's going to hit the arm of Espinal. Count is 1-2 on the dead ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch from Pipkins outside, ball 2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Pipkins comes set. The 2-2 pitch. That one's inside, ball 3. As Espinal was down 1-2, he's now back in the count, 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Count is full. The pitch. Swung on and missed. A strikeout for Colin Pipkins. And down goes Fernando Espinal. We've got 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And that'll bring up the last batter in the Doubledays lineup, Ryan Grundy. Popped up to right field. As that pitch just misses the zone. 1-0 count. Grundy popped up in the 2nd inning. He got a 159 batting average, looking to improve it here. The 1-0 pitch, as that one finds the zone, 1-1 count. That one looked like a splitter slider. I had a lot of great movement to it. The 1-1 pitch, that one's going to be hit to the second baseman, John Lewis, for an easy line drive put out. So that'll bring up Aiden Ford, who's got himself a hit in the 2nd inning, walked in the 1st, and scored. 1-1 for the night, 242 batting average, as that first pitch is ball 1 for does not swing. Ford was caught stealing in the 2nd inning. The pitch, as that one's going to be ball 2. Gets away from Pipkins there. The one was outside. So the lineup will flip over again. This is the 3rd time the Doubledays are going to go through their lineup. Through 5 innings. The pitch, and that one's low for ball 3. Ford way ahead in the count. As Skaggs wants a new ball for a starting pitcher. 3 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Pipkins comes set, the 3-0. That one finds the zone, 3-1 count. The 3-1, and that one gets away from Pipkins. We've got ourselves a runner on first base and a walk given up by Colin Pipkins here in the bottom of the 5th. And that'll bring up Juan Perez, the EH, second batter in the Doubledays lineup. He's 0-1 for the night. Struck out swinging in the 3rd inning. The pitch, as that one does not find the zone. 1-0 count. One ball, no strikes with 2 outs. As there goes Ford to second, but this one's popped up to center field, and making the grab in right center field is the right fielder, Tyson Bryant Dawson, for the 3rd out of the bottom of the 5th inning. So that'll be it for the Doubledays at-bats. We'll be back in the top of the 6th inning for the Geneva Red Wings at-bats. We'll be back on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. We're back here in the top of the 6th, and leading off for the Red Wings is Colin Boyd, the EH. He's 0-1 for the night, as that first pitch does not find the zone. 1-0 count. The pitch. That one's going to be belted into right field. Underneath that is Gabe Sanders, and that's an F9 put out to retire Boyd. 4-0 ball game. Doubledays are up here in the top of the 6th. They've got 4 hits compared to the Red Wings. 1 hit. No errors by either team's defense, though. So defensively, both teams are doing well tonight. The pitch from Rowe. That one misses the zone to LeMasters. He's 0-1 for the night. Struck out swinging in the 3rd. LeMasters is the DH and the 9th batter in the Red Wings lineup. 1-1 count. The pitch. That one's going to be chopped right past the glove of Rowe. The throw over to first in time by Mike Christian. A 4-3 put out that got past the glove of Gage Rowe. So that'll bring up John Lewis, the 10th batter and last batter in the Red Wings lineup. He's also 0-1 for the night. Grounded out to short in his last at-bat, 178 batting average. The pitch from Rowe. That one's inside, almost clips Lewis. The pitch. That one misses the zone, 2-0 count. Two balls, no strikes, 2 outs. The 2-0 pitch on the way. That one's sorted on. He did, in fact, go 2-1 count. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. The pitch from Rowe. That one's going to be swung on and fouled back our way. Count is 2-2 with 2 outs. As Lewis steps back in the box. Rowe ready to go. Lewis ready to go. The 2-2 pitch on the way. Swung on and chopped back our way. Lewis lives to see another day. The 2-2 pitch. And that one's called strike. Down looking goes John Lewis. And Rowe knew it right away. A strikeout for Gage Rowe as John Lewis goes down looking. That's Gage Rowe's 2nd strikeout of the night. And that's it for the top of the 6th. We'll be back in the bottom of the 6th inning for the Doubledays at bats. We've got a new pitcher here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Pitching now was the EH, now pitcher, Colin Boyd for the Red Wings. And due up for the Doubledays is Gabe Sanders. He's 1-2 for the night, singled in the 1st inning as he watches one go by for the first strike of the at-bat. The 0-1 pitch. That one's going to be belted towards the Doubledays dugout. And foul, making the count 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Doubledays up 4-0. The pitch to Sanders. That one's wild. Count is 1-2. The pitch. That one's going to be fouled, out of play. First base side. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sanders trying to work his way back in the at-bat. The pitch. Breaking ball that's way high. Over the head of Sanders. Doubledays fans taunting Sanders a little bit, telling him that one was very high. We got a 2-2 count. The pitch. That one's wild. So we've got a 3-2 count. This is the 7th pitch of the at-bat to Sanders. Sanders looking for a base hit. The pitch on the way. And that one's inside, ball 4. Sanders makes his way down first base. So with no outs and 1 on, that'll bring up the cleanup batter, Logan Scully, the catcher, who popped up to shortstop in the 1st inning and struck out swinging in the 3rd inning. He's looking to do some damage here in the top of the 6th, get the Doubledays some more insurance runs with a runner on first. The pitch. That one swung on a miss. Breaking ball that gets Scully swinging. Already off of first base is Sanders, a few strides off. The pitch, and there goes Sanders to second. He's going to get into second cleanly. The throw to first in time, though, to get Scully. So that's a 5-3 putout. Great throw by Joe Tiroli. But great heads-up play by Gabe Sanders to steal a base and avoid a double play. And that'll bring up Bradley Soto Diaz, who's had himself a night. Hit a triple in the 4th inning. He's got a runner in scoring position with 1 out. The pitch, and that one's low for ball 1. One ball, no strikes, 1 out. The pitch. That one's high for ball 2. Balls, no strikes, 1 out. The 2-0 pitch, and that one's outside for ball 3. The throw over to second was not in time. Trying to get Sanders from stealing. So the catcher, Tyler Skaggs, is calling timeout. He's going to talk to his relief pitcher, Colin Boyd. He's behind in the count, 3-0. Soto looking for a walk here or a base hit to advance. Sanders around the bases. Three balls, no strikes, 1 out, the pitch. And that one's ball 4. We've got runners on first and second, and that'll bring up Avery Dozy, the 6th batter in the Doubledays lineup. He's 1-2 for the night. He doubled in the 1st inning. That scored 2 RBIs and struck out swinging in the 4th inning. 0-0 count. Sanders off of second. And there goes Sanders. The runners are both going to advance, but now they're going to have to go back because that one's popped up, and that one drops in left field. The throw to third is in time. What a wild situation. Both runners stole. Sanders was making his way to third, then turned around because he thought that one was going to be caught. It dropped in left field. Then throwing it in to get Sanders out at third was the left fielder, James Nunnally. So we do have 2 outs. And that pitch is caught by the second baseman from Mike Christian. So we've got 3 outs. And that's a line drive by Mike Christian. An F4 to end the bottom of the 6th. We're going to make our way to the top of the 7th. Doubledays need to hold the Red Wings so they can win the game and win 2 doubleheader games. And Gage Rowe is still on the mound. We'll be back on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. We're back here in the top of the 7th inning. Leading off for the Red Wings is the leadoff batter, Tyson Bryant Dawson, who's 0-2 for the night. Gage Rowe still on the mound, looking for the win and save situation. 4-0 ball game. Doubledays are up. They've got 4 hits compared to the Red Wings, 1 hit. And it looks like the manager for the Red Wings, John Ciari, is calling timeout to talk to his leadoff batter, talk about a scenario on what they're going to do with no outs. And that's it from Ciari. So Bryant Dawson's going to make his way to the batter's box against Gage Rowe. If Gage Rowe does not give up 4 runs, the Doubledays will win the game on this doubleheader night. The pitch, that one swung on and popped up out of play, first base side. No balls, 1 strike, no outs. The pitch, and that one's outside for ball 1. One ball, 1 strike, no outs. The pitch from Rowe. And that one's called strike by the home plate umpire. Bryant Dawson thought he held up on that one, but instead he did go. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. The 1-2 pitch on the way from Rowe. Strike 3. Down looking goes Bryant Dawson. Backwards K. Great pitch there by Gage Rowe as he gets the backwards K. There's 1 out here in the top of the 7th, and that'll bring up James Nunnally, who's 1-2 for the night. He got his first hit in the 1st inning and then popped up to the center fielder in the 4th inning as that first pitch does not find the zone. The pitch from Rowe, that one swung on. and fouled first base side. 1-1 count, 1 out, 4-0 ball game. As calling time is going to be Nunnally. He wants a brief moment to clear his mind. The pitch from Rowe. That one swung on and missed. A whiff there by Nunnally, a big whiff for the second strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 out. The pitch from Rowe swung on and missed, but that was actually fouled in the dirt. We've got a 1-2 count. Rowe comes set. The 1-2 pitch on the way, swung on, and that's going to be hit to the second baseman, Mike Christian, to throw to first in time as Nunnally left it all out. He went in to try to dive, but now he's hurt. Nunnally's hurt. He landed on his leg. Let's hope that he's all right. He's getting up very gingerly. He's having the first base coach help him up. Let's hope that he's all right. Doubledays fans are clapping for James Nunnally as he walks off the field very gingerly. Let's hope that he's all right. The athletic trainer is going to go over and look at him. So we've got 2 outs on a 4-3 put out, and that'll bring up Joe Tiroli, who's 0-2 for the night. Popped up to left field in the first and popped up to center in the fourth. The pitch from Rowe, that was going to be popped up to right field, out of play, off the roof of the Red Wings clubhouse. Doubledays are up 4-0. The pitch from Rowe swung on and fouled back our way. Count is 0-2. Rowe ahead 0-2. 2 outs, 4-0 ball game. Doubledays winning. Looking for a strikeout here to end the game. The pitch on the way, and that was going to be belted to left field. Out of play. That one was hit hard by Tiroli, but did not stay in fair territory. If that one was fair, that one might have gone out. That's how much power it had. We have a 0-2 count. The pitch from Rowe, and that one's outside for ball 1. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Doubledays fans want a strikeout here. The 1-2 pitch from Rowe, and that one's going to be belted right field side, but out of play. So that's the 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up to the righty, Joe Tiroli. Gage Rowe pitching from the windup. Doubledays fans on their feet. The 1-2 pitch on the way, swung on, and that was going to be hit to the second baseman, who cannot glove it cleanly, and that's going to be an error by the second baseman for the Doubledays, Mike Christian. And E4 is going to keep Joe Tiroli alive, and that's going to put a runner on first base here in the top of the 7th inning. So with a runner on first, that'll bring up Zach Butler, the cleanup batter, who's 0-2 for the night. Popped up to right field in the first and grounded out to the pitcher in the 5th. As that pitch is going to be popped up right field, out of play off of the Red Wings clubhouse. Count is 0-2. Gage Rowe up. 2 outs. The 0-2 pitch. And that one's going to be hit off of Butler's leg. A dead ball. Still a 0-2 count with 2 outs. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Doubledays fans on their feet again. The 0-2 pitch as that one's outside for ball 1. Rowe thought he got Butler looking, but instead that's a ball. Doubledays fans booing the home plate umpire. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch. That one's low and in the dirt. Great stop there by the catcher, Scully. To keep Tiroli on first. The 2-2 pitch. About to be on the way from Rowe as calling time is Butler. Doubledays fans are loud. They want to see a strikeout by Gage Rowe. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Gage Rowe comes set. The pitch. That one's outside and wild. As taking off the second is Joe Tiroli. A stolen base for Tiroli. A wild pitch. So now we have a full count approach to Zach Butler with 2 outs. The pitch, that one's going to be hit third base side and fouled. The 9th pitch of the at-bat is coming up to Zach Butler. Rowe comes set. The 3-2 pitch. Swung on, and that one's going to be hit to the shortstop for the out. The 3rd out of the inning, and the Doubledays win the game. What a play by Trevor Murray. A 6-3 putout ends the game, and that's it here in the top of the 7th. The Doubledays win. Back-to-back wins for the Auburn Doubledays. They sweep the Red Wings in this doubleheader. What a great game by the Auburn Doubledays as they win this one 4-0. My MVP is going to be Tyson Bryant, who had himself a great night in center field, got 3 outs, got a triple, scored a run himself. Bradley Soto Diaz for the Auburn Doubledays, not Tyson Bryant. He went 1-1 for the night. He walked twice. He scored himself. He looked exceptional tonight. So a great game by Bradley Soto Diaz and a great game by Gage Rowe, who got a shutout win. Overall, great games by the Auburn Doubledays to defeat the Geneva Red Wings. The Doubledays are going to improve to 12-7 and move up in the rankings, and the Red Wings are going to fall 6-10 with 1 tie, and the Doubledays are 12-7 with 1 tie. So a great game by the Auburn Doubledays and by Bradley Soto Diaz and Gage Rowe, as that'll end things at 8:45 here in Falcon Park. I'm Evan Carocchio. Thank you for listening to this doubleheader between the Auburn Doubledays and the Geneva Red Wings. We'll be back Sunday as the Auburn Doubledays take on the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. As the Auburn Doubledays play at home. They play tomorrow against the Jamestown Tarp Skunks at Jamestown, but they play Sunday at home. That'll be it here on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. Have a great night.
Or to go for